Okay, so it seems like there's been a little bit of a situation over at the Streamer Awards involving a streamer called FanFan, who obviously was one of the kind of hosts over on the floor at the Streamer Awards itself. Again, very big streamer themselves. And yeah, a lot of people have been kind of having a little bit of an argument over a joke she made towards, you know, another big streamer, Kai Cenat, which I thought was a pretty interesting one. And yeah, there's been a lot of backlash and stuff over online from it. And at the end of the day, I don't think it's that big of a deal. But hey, we'll look at this joke and then we'll kind of talk about it afterwards so you guys can make up your mind.
You broke the record for the most expensive haircut and the least educational university. So congratulations to you. Oh, and also, congrats on your new documentary with 50 Cent. That was you, right?
If you all gonna be on the mic, now turn this mic, now turn this shit on, turn this shit on. If you all gonna be on the mic making jokes, at least let it be funny. If you all gonna be on the mic making jokes, at least let it be funny.
I thought it was.
Have a good night.
So yeah, obviously it's very awkward, you know, it's just one of these things where essentially if you don't understand the joke, she said that, you know, I recently saw you in a documentary with 50 Cent, obviously referring to the fact that he looks like P. Diddy. It's a joke that has been going around ever since he cut his hair, and it's a joke that not only FanFan has made, but many other people in his community, outside of his community, all of his friends and things like that, have also made similarly. Now, obviously, yeah, for some people, you know, it can be a little bit of a, you know, spot where it can be a little bit uncomfortable, right? But to be honest, at the end of the day, it's the Streamer Awards. They're all making pretty terrible jokes. I'm going to be honest. There's like QTCinderella and people like that up on the stage as well, who were making some pretty, you know, not so great jokes. And obviously FanFan kind of missed, I think, on the first couple of jokes. You can even see in Kai's, you know, face there, he's like, yeah, you know, I don't really know about these jokes, where essentially she was kind of talking about his streamer university. It's not exactly the most funniest of jokes to say that, hey, that, you know, you have the least educational university, which is just like, okay, sure, right? Like, we all know that, obviously referring to a streamer university. But obviously, yeah, when it went to the Diddy joke, right, it's just like, okay, you know, I think that was actually not too bad. And I think that, you know, a lot of people did find it funny. That obviously the crowd was going pretty insane. I thought it was an alright joke, but obviously, yeah, his friend, Ty Lil, I think it is. Sorry if I said that wrong, by the way. Obviously went on the mic and said, if you're going to be on the mic making jokes, at least let it be funny. And again, I think obviously he was not so pleased with the joke towards Kai there, right? A lot of people saying she should have doubled down and said, Kai took it well and you get offended for him. The internet is going to love this, which, yeah, 100% is true, right? You know, it seems like Kai wasn't, you know, super offended. He was just like, okay, it's just like a, you know, I don't think he found it super funny, but I don't think, you know, he was super mad about it either. He's just like, it's just a joke. As I said, there's been terrible jokes floating around this entire kind of event. I think it was just one of those things that would have been just kind of played off. But then obviously, yeah, his friend just kind of took it personally for him, which I thought was quite funny. He said levels of cringe. Yeah, true. Said the bar is low, but it's still a bar. So why is everyone so sensitive? I thought you could take jokes better. Said bro really out here defending comedy. So the presenters were mocking all of the streamers the whole night. Name a more pointless award show. And then obviously, yeah, later on she said, do you want to do a joke? She wanted to set him up. And obviously, yeah, she was literally like, hey, you could do a joke if you want to. Like, you know, if you think you can do a better job, you can do a joke. And he just went, no. So again, obviously, you know, he has all of this kind of stuff to say whenever it comes to, you know, oh, I don't like your joke, I don't think it's funny. But as soon as he gets asked for one, he's just like, no. It's like, okay, bro. Obviously, they said they got bored of her real quick. So now realize why celebrities are idolized, because this is painful to watch. And yeah, I do think, you know, it was a pretty painful watch at times, with a lot of the production errors and a lot of the jokes that weren't landing and things like that. But at the end of the day, I don't think it was that kind of offensive. And there's been some posts as well, for example, from this one, which I thought was quite funny, because bro literally got dressed up for the Streamer Awards without going to the Streamer Awards. They got dressed up to react to the Streamer Awards, or to watch it on their TV, which I think that's pretty crazy, right? And obviously, they say Streamer Awards, QTCinderella, who approved this joke, was wrong. FanFan needs to apologize to Kai Cenat. This is a 1-minute video. Again, it's crazy.
You owe Kai Cenat a huge public apology. What you just said to him at the Streamer Awards was not only disrespectful.
I don't know why there's this long pause.
It was
She's
insulting.
staring into my soul.
Do not make jokes about Kai Cenat having a documentary made by him or made about him by 50 Cent. We in the community and in the culture know what Sean P. Diddy Combs did was wrong. It was diabolical, and that's why he's in jail for it. Don't ever compare Kai Cenat to that man. It's disrespectful. Very disrespectful.
Again, people are taking it way too seriously, right? It's just a joke at the end of the day. As people say in the comments, right? They were picking jokes at all of the streamers, not just Kai Cenat. This wasn't just like the Kai, let's make fun of Kai kind of show. I'm pretty sure that was the only joke that I really saw directed towards Kai. Maybe there's a couple of others over on the stage as well. But again, he is one of the biggest streamers. You can expect at least one joke to fly his way. He won a lot of awards, right? I don't think he's too hung up about this kind of joke. I think he's more hung up, not hung up about, but more worried about the fact that he's got to carry all of these awards home with him now, which I think obviously is a much bigger problem for him than what was going on, right? Obviously, a lot of people saying, enough with the apologizing videos, that method needs to stop, it's not 2018 anymore. Then auntie, tell me you didn't get all dressed up for the Streamer Awards just to watch it from your home, which I thought was crazy. He said never Streamer Awards jokes was boo-boo, but it's been like this for years. It ain't that deep. It said you owed a huge private buffet. It's crazy, bro. It said, ain't that deep. Faith got called homophobes. It's just ongoing jokes in their communities. And yeah, obviously, there was some also pretty, you know, kind of, I guess you'd say edgy jokes. I don't even really know what you'd refer to it as, because obviously, yeah, I don't think, you know, calling Kai Cenat Diddy is one of the most safest of jokes, the most family-friendly jokes, right? But at the same time, yeah, they were, you know, they were going around saying like FaZe Clan members were homophobes or like misogynistic or something like that, which was obviously something a callback to obviously the drama and stuff that happened a couple of months ago, a couple of weeks ago. And so again, I do think everybody had their own fair share of, you know, like jokes and stuff thrown out their way. And this post was also a pretty good one. You know, people say Lacey and Phantom when QT makes a joke about their weight or their health, and then Tyler when FanFan makes a joke about Kai looking like Diddy. Again, yeah, like everybody else took it so well, and for some reason Tyler had to, you know, go out and just I don't know, make some big scene about it. I don't know exactly why, but again, it seems like everybody is clowning on him for that at the moment, and yeah, I just thought it was extremely weird because again, I think that the joke was fine. Obviously, maybe it didn't land as much as maybe FanFan thought it might have, but you know, at the end of the day, as I said, it was one of those events where there was a lot of jokes that didn't land, and that just happened to be one of them. And if anything, Tyler comes off looking worse here in terms of getting personal for his friend instead of just kind of letting it go and letting the show carry on. Because again, obviously he was put on the spot whenever he was asked to make a joke, and yeah, then he backed down instantly, which I thought was also quite funny. But yeah, that's essentially all there is for this situation. I just kind of wanted to talk about it because again, I thought it was a very interesting one. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.